I'm caught up in the Rapture and not Anita Baker's. And then we're going to be talking about the labor shortage. We're going to get into it. Let's get it. Welcome. First of all, welcome. This is Unsolicited Perspectives. I'm your host, Bruce Anthony, here to lead the conversation in important events and topics that are shaping today's society. Join the conversation and follow us wherever you get your audio podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for our video podcast, YouTube exclusive content, and our YouTube membership. Rate, review, like, comment, share. Share with your friends, share with your family, hell, even share with your enemies. On today's episode, it's a Sibling Happy Hour. I'm here with my sis, Jay Andrea. We're going to be dilly-dallying a little bit, and then we're going to be talking about the labor shortage here in America, and then we're going to be talking about the Rapture, or what wasn't. But that's enough of the intro. Let's get to the show. What up, sis?
What up, brother?
I can't call it, but it seemed like you can. It seemed like you got some stuff on your mind, so I'm going to give you the floor to explore.
I mean, I'm in a bad mood.
Why
I'm in a bad mood.
Okay.
Because apparently we can't take Tylenol no more.
I didn't know that's where you was going, but we're here. Oh, I didn't know we had the Benny Hill convention that is telling us what medications that we can and cannot. God, Benny Hill
a man who can't even say acetaminophen. And the thing of it is, it's not like acetaminophen is not an uncommon word.
I'm gonna be real honest, I can't say that shit either. So
you can't say acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen.
That's it.
Oh, okay. Well,
you just didn't say it with confidence.
Not at all.
But if you saw the word, would you know it was acetaminophen?
I know what that word is. Would I be able to say acetaminophen if somebody else hadn't said it beforehand? No. But I saw the phonetic
fact is, he
spell.
looked at the word and was like, like even if he doesn't know phonics, just sight reading. If you see the word, you're like, that's acetaminophen.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, hey.
Commonly known as Tylenol.
Yeah. Yeah, they told us, and they saying don't put them vaccines in them babies. Yeah, you know, I mean.
It's the people who are like, I mean, I don't know, nobody even has polio anymore. And you just want to look at them and be like, I wonder why, genius.
Yeah.
I wonder why you don't see measles, mumps, rubella, tetanus.
What did they say was linked to autism again?
Acetaminophen, Tylenol.
Okay, that's what they said. Now, I'm not good at science, but I've taken a lot of sciences, right? And I've done research and studies like what you're supposed to do in science, you know, when you're working on stuff. Let me ask you a question, and this is a poor analogy, ladies and gentlemen, but it's the only analogy I could come up with at the top of my head. I know there are better ones, but just follow me here.
Mm.
If you are cleaning your floor,
yes,
and you got a skinny broom, you're only going to collect a certain amount of dust each time that you sweep, right?
Right, yes.
If you expand or get a bigger broom or even a vacuum cleaner, you can collect more dust, right? You're still cleaning. But you're cleaning more efficiently and you're collecting more dirt in shorter period of time. Correct?
Yes.
All right. Now,
yes.
I got to point to this, ladies and gentlemen. Just follow me.
Okay, I'm trying.
I know. If the expansion of the definition of autism, because it's a spectrum, has expanded, that means more people are going to fit into this because it's a spectrum, which means the number of people that have autism is naturally going to rise.
Even if we didn't have the spectrum, right? If we didn't recognize all the myriad of ways that autism can present in people, you're gonna have more diagnoses just simply because of awareness
That was my next point.
Like just on awareness alone.
That was my next point. So
Yes.
people are going to hear it's a rise of children with autism. No, it's a
No.
rise of children being diagnosed with autism. You
Yes.
talk about it consistently. You were not diagnosed with ADHD. You had ADHD all your life. You did
Born
not
with
get
it.
diagnosed until you was almost 40.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that there's a rise in people that have ADHD. What it
No.
is a rise of people that are being recognized at a
Yeah.
younger age.
Yes.
And I don't understand how people don't understand this concept. I
It's
don't
not
understand
that
it.
it's not that damn hard.
It's not.
We stop thinking about them being possessed by demons. We now know that it's just neurodiversity.
Right.
Like, it's not witchcraft anymore. That's what's changed. We now know it's just people's brains operate in different ways.
Yeah.
We know that now.
Mhm.
And we've been studying it and researching it to the point where we can now spot in people's behaviors, in how they operate in life and how they function and all these things. We can now spot neurodiversity in people who had no. I was just talking to my therapist about the difficulties I was having at work with organization and time management. And just on that conversation, hey, have you ever thought about being evaluated for ADHD? Because now we're aware of the signs and symptoms. Guys, I gotta say, it's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. It's
not
like
that
when we
hard.
discovered washing our hands could prevent a lot of the spread of disease.
Now, hold on. When did we discover that? Because some people just discovered that about 5 years ago.
Sometime around the time of Typhoid Mary, I'm assuming. This homegirl was making mugs sick, not washing her hands.
What else has
And
got
they
you
could
upset?
not stop her from. They could not
spread?
stop her from cooking for people. They could not stop her.
Yeah, I can understand that stupidity really gets me angry as well.
Not only that, his appearance in front of the UN. We just look so dumb.
I think though, yes and no, right? I think that, and I would love to get this examination for people in other countries. Do they look at America and say, as America a whole, this is your representation? Or do they say, half of y'all people in that country, dumb as hell? Not even half. Not even half. It's less than half.
I don't know. I think they're probably saying, hey, America, y'all okay?
No.
Like, I feel like they're probably like, y'all seem to be tripping. But a lot of places are tripping right now.
Yeah,
conservatism. Yeah, conservatism is gripping a lot of places right now and making it difficult for a lot of people right now. So ours is a particularly dumbass case, but this is not, the rise of neoconservatism is not uncommon around the world.
Yeah. I was watching a clip. I think it was on YouTube, and our boy Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking, and the question that was posed was something like, if there are aliens out there, why haven't they made first contact? And he said, when you're walking on the street and you see a worm, what do? You squash it because it's an inferior thing and it's primitive, and you squash it. Right. That's how.
And you don't think about it and you move on with your day.
Right. He said, when you look at us and our travel in space, we haven't gone that far. He's like, our space station is barely in outer space. We haven't gone to the moon in decades. We haven't even touched Mars yet. So if a civilization is able to travel light years to get to us, they're far more advanced. They probably observed us and said, no,
they're not ready yet.
Not that they're not ready, that they're just too primitive. And when you think about it, I was thinking about something earlier, and if I'm wrong on this, ladies and gentlemen, correct me. When God created the Garden of Eden, he gave us plenty of food, right?
Well, it's not us. It was only 2 people in there.
Well, he gave them
yeah.
plenty, but the food was
Yes,
plentiful.
they had everything they could want. Yes.
What were they eating?
Everything and anything that whatever they wanted.
But it wasn't animals, though.
I don't know. They didn't explicitly say.
I thought it was just fruits and vegetables they could just pick and they can eat. And
I don't think that's the case. Well, you know, the whole story of Cain and Abel, right, is because Abel slaughtered his like best lamb as a gift, you know, for God. So I think and then of course Adam was given dominion over the animals. He named them and things like that. So I don't know. I assume people ate meat back then, though. Yes,
I'm talking about the beginning. I don't know, and let me just say
it wasn't the beginning.
Okay, all I know is, and I love the chicken, and all of the cow and the pig from the rooter to the tutor. But just as there are studies done with people who are cannibals and how that warps your mind. Maybe eating animals, and I don't know this, guys. I'm just spitballing. This is Unsolicited Perspectives. I have not studied this. I'm just telling you the random thoughts that's in my head.
Yeah.
Maybe eating meat, and I'm not about to stop anyway, so I don't care. Maybe eating meat has made us bloodthirsty, kind of like cannibals become warped in the mind, and that could be a reason why we're so barbaric. When you think about it, them people that were hippies that lived on the commune that only ate vegetables, they are not violent people.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're like hardwired for it. If it's just like a part of our nature. I don't know if it's because I don't think it's because we eat meat.
All I'm saying is there's a correlation between cannibals and them, because they're eating human meat, like something in their mind and their body becomes warped, and they become.
I think you're thinking of the Wendigo. The Native American creature is when a human eats another human's flesh.
I'm not thinking about no supernatural beast.
Like,
I'm talking about real studies in cannibalism.
I have not read any. You know, as a data scientist, the word correlation has real meaning for me.
Correlation to causation, yes.
Yes. So I can't comment on the state of cannibalism in the world. So I don't know. But I get your point though about us. Yeah, I mean, a civilization capable of interstellar travel, why would they stop here?
I mean, we're barbaric. Ghetto. We're barbaric. We will literally bomb an area. And I'm not even talking about what's going on in Gaza, right? Because that's obviously, and what's going on in Ukraine. Yeah. I'm talking about stuff that we have personally done. We dropped atomic bombs and decimated areas. People, your skin burn. When you think about it, we are so barbaric. So hell yeah, just like when you take a wrong turn and you go down the wrong neighborhood, you lock the doors and roll up the windows because it's like, I'm not going to be stopped at the red light and get jacked. I'm going to speed through that bad boy. I am sure more advanced creatures will look at us and be like, y'all are crazy, just like we look at primitive animals here on this planet.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably true.
Because animals be eating other animals and don't even be cooking it or seasoning it or nothing.
They don't need to. Their stomachs are different from ours. But
I'm
like,
just saying.
But like, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't stop here.
No.
I wouldn't stop here.
No, not at all. What else has got you? It
looked ghetto. It looked ghetto from the outside. So aside from just the state of this country, you know, it just occurred to me that when I graduated from undergrad, we were in a recession/depression, and there were no jobs. And now that I'm about to graduate from grad school, guess what?
We're in a recession, about to hit depression.
We ain't in a recession, depression, not yet, but there is no jobs. There's no jobs. So it's great. Everything's
you'll be fine,
great.
You'll be fine.
I think so, but I mean, I'm worried about, you know, people graduating and trying to get out there and find. I mean, not even me. I mean, I'm grown, right? Just think about the young people graduating from undergrad out there trying to get jobs, reading stories like 300,000 Black women were let go from the federal government. That the jobs report looks like trash. Everything is it's just trash, and the like, and the delusion that this administration is living under. And it's like a willful delulu. Like
Well,
it's
because
not
it's
even
not
like
affecting them. Nothing that they're doing
nothing is.
affects
No, he's
them.
made billions. He's
Yeah.
made billions since he's
And
been back in
everybody that's
office.
in that
He's doing
administration
great.
is going to be
Yeah.
just fine. They're going
Yeah.
to be talking heads on the conservative talk market. They'll write their
Mm.
books. They'll be fine.
They all have podcasts.
I
They all
believe
have
it.
podcasts right now. No, I'm serious. Because you got to think the cabinet is full of podcasters and Fox News hosts and
Okay.
influencers.
All right, Jay. That's not entirely true. It's not all made up of podcast bros, Fox News commentators, and right-wing influencers. That's not true.
I mean,
It's got
very
one.
close.
No, it's got one Fox News contributor that happens to be the Secretary of Defense. And then who else? There's no podcast bros that's in the cabinet.
They all are podcast bros.
Who has started a podcast?
Oh, I mean, Cash, everybody, first of all. But like even, oh God, what's our goofy vice president's name?
J.D. Vance.
That's how unremarkable that person is. Always on who the terrible guy. This is how unremarkable all of these people are.
Steve Bannon.
Don't even. Stephen Miller's wife's podcast. She has like everybody on that podcast. Cash Patel
is
not the director.
That's not a cabinet position.
You don't remember Cash? You don't remember Cash Corner?
No.
I thought you meant that he wasn't a part of. But like, just think about that. No. This man has no business. Pam Bondi has no business. RFK has no business in the positions that they are in. None. No business. No earthly
Linda McMahon being head of the Department of Education.
No earthly business.
Well,
because
Marco Rubio.
Well,
Marco Rubio, like if you're going to pick a Republican to be Secretary of State, okay. Like he served in the Senate for years. That's typically how that goes.
What's Marco Rubio's foreign policy experience?
I don't know, but what was Hillary Clinton's? You see what I'm saying? She's
a genius.
Well, I don't think Marco Rubio is dumb. Just because I disagree with his political ideology doesn't mean that he's dumb. He's not a dumb man. And besides, he looked like he is stressed. He don't look like he liked that job at all.
Well, yeah, because again, you don't have no business being in it. But like also, it's kind of difficult when your boss just goes out and says, whatever. If the teleprompter's not working, this man just says whatever. And then you have to go out there.
Even if it is
and
working.
try to represent this country.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not an easy job at all. Yeah.
So basically, the plight of America has got you upset.
Yeah, I just can't. I'm tired. I've been in a bad mood since yesterday. And I'm going to tell you, yesterday I went to see Demon Slayer, Infinity Castle, part 1 of 3. As people know, it's a trilogy. It was absolutely outstanding. I couldn't even like enjoy it as much as I wanted to enjoy it because I knew as soon as I stepped out of the theater, I would be back in the world. And it's just got your girl down. So if y'all, prepare for me to just have a slight attitude this episode about everything. Because I'm not in a good mood.
All right. Well, I mean, we here now. So,
Yeah,
we here. And
we
I
here.
don't know what that's going to bode for the show. But on that note, let's get down to something that is probably going to piss you off even more. And that's what this administration has done to the
Mhm.
labor that's important to this country. And we're going to get into
Yeah.
that next. All right, Jay. The title of this segment is "We Told You!"
Mhm.
Exclamation point. We told you. What
Mhm.
did we tell you? There's a widespread labor shortage in sectors like farming, construction, and domestic work across the U.S., driven significantly by President Trump's ramped up deportation policies that targeted undocumented immigrant workers, many of whom are essential to those industries. As a result, owners and employers who often previously supported Trump's stricter immigration stances are now voicing concerns and complaints, highlighting major disruptions to their businesses and the broader economy. And all I can say is, we told you so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
found it
mean,
funny.
honestly, common sense told you so.
Well, here's where common sense didn't kick in, because I've been watching a lot of interviews of these, especially the farmers. The farmers really been complaining, and now they're saying, "Hey, we're gonna have to. We don't want to, but we're gonna have to get a loan from the government to maintain our farm, or else we're gonna go under." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you mean a government handout?" Government handout. But anyway,
Mhm.
a lot of them were saying that we didn't think that there would be a labor shortage because once we got all the illegals out, black people were going to come take the black jobs. Because remember,
Right.
Trump kept saying that black jobs are
Black
taking
jobs.
black
Yeah.
jobs. They thought
Yeah.
black people was going to go back to the farm. We ain't
Yeah.
farmed in 100 years. And when we
We
did farm,
we never left the farm. There are plenty of black
no,
farmers,
but
but
I'm talking about
they
as
own
a
their land.
right. That's what I'm saying. We ain't farmed in 100
Yeah.
years unless we own the land. We ain't out here sharecropping. That's not what we're about to do.
That is what y'all think making America great again? They want to go back. Well, who were we back then? What
Shit.
were we back where they want to go?
Just watch the movie Sinners and they'll tell you.
And that's what they think because they think these are black jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're coming in, they're taking all the black jobs.
Because at one time they were black jobs until,
They were.
we gained freedom.
Right.
We gained freedom. All right. So,
And not saying that black people don't still work in the labor industry. We absolutely do farming, construction, and domestic work. We have never not been part of that labor force or that skilled labor force. We will always be. But to just say that we assumed that black people would just go in and get those jobs, because what else are y'all doing? That's what's offensive.
extremely offensive. So let's get down to the raw numbers. Up to 40% of agriculture. See, not
Just say farm workers.
a
That's all right.
metaphenicinnipin, say
Nope.
sometimes you can get tied up in these words. Okay. My friend is going to
Sure.
be like, you should have cut that out. No, I
No.
fumbled. Up to 40% of farm workers in the U.S. are estimated to be undocumented immigrants, with some farms losing as much as 60% of their workforce after enforcement crackdowns, leaving crops unharvested and jeopardizing entire harvest seasons. Farms are publicly complaining about the costlier and less reliable legal problems like H-2A visas, and the American Farm Bureau Federation has warned that continued deportations could cripple America's agriculture. Some owners, despite voting for Trump, have directly lobbied the administration for more lenient or rationalized policies, realizing the scale of their dependency on foreign labor. So,
How did you not know the scale of your dependency on foreign labor?
because
How did you not know?
their hate superseded it. Okay. I wasn't gonna go there, but we here. I almost choked on some spit while reading, and I had
Mhm.
to cut that tick out. But so I'm agitated. So since we're here,
Yes.
let's put it all out in the open.
Yeah.
Their hate supersedes any common sense. And you're gonna say,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? They hate. They're here illegally. Okay, all right. Well, let's break this down. You're American, right?
Mhm.
You believe in the Constitution?
Mhm.
Do you believe that everybody has a due process?
Right.
Doesn't matter if they're here illegally or not. Everybody under the Constitution is granted due process.
Mhm.
ICE is not doing that. You can't pick and choose which amendments that you want to follow and say, well, I'm American, but I believe in this amendment and not this amendment. Either you believe in the U.S. Constitution and you believe in law and order, or you don't. So,
well, no, because that's not what's traditionally true, right? It's like take the Bible, for instance. People love to pick out the passages that suit their worldview and ignore the rest. So this is the playbook for the haters.
Yes,
of this. Yeah.
I understand that. That's
Yeah.
the point that I'm making. You can't
Yeah.
pick and choose. I understand that this has been, the hypocrisy has always been in this country. You know how much I hate hypocrisy, but I'm
Yes.
calling out your hypocrisy. And so you can't say, well, it's against the law and we just following the rules and regulation and law and order in the Constitution when you're defying certain things in the Constitution. So if you are trying to pick and choose things, your hatred of others is
Yeah.
what's fueling you. And that's the reason why you don't have common sense to know you're going to be jeopardized by your actions.
Yeah. I mean, here's my thing. If you know, as the owner of a farm, that now so up to 40% of agricultural workers are undocumented. That's it. Like that's a large percentage, almost half for anybody who knows numbers.
Yes, almost half.
40% is a lot.
Yes, almost half.
So you can't tell me running a farm that you don't know that some of your workers do not have their H-2A visa, that some of them are undocumented. But despite that, you still chose to vote for Trump, knowing that Stephen Miller, if he could, will round up anybody that is darker than some popcorn or like an eggshell. Okay, like anybody darker than that peach crayon that they say is skin colored, right? Like anybody darker than that, he would love to round them all up and just put them on a boat to anywhere or a plane to anywhere. He doesn't really care where they go as long as they're not here. You still decided to vote for that, knowing that 40%, because you thought it wasn't going to affect you. You thought that everything that they were talking about was for the other. It wasn't for you, that you would be fine. But listen, common sense been chasing y'all, but y'all just too fast. Like it don't make no damn sense why you would vote for someone who wants to take away 60% of your workforce. Now, remember, 40% are undocumented, but farms are losing as much as 60% of their workforce. So there are people there with legal status that are still being rounded up by ICE. We already know this. It is the height of just willful ignorance. I don't know what's like y'all really think y'all are immune. But let me tell you something. Blue collar workers, poor folk, people in rural communities, agricultural workers, people in the labor force, y'all, they not like y'all. They're not looking out for you. They're looking out for their own pockets and their own power. That's the way it's always been. They never hid it. And now that it's affecting you, now it's a problem. Now we got to lobby the administration for, hey, let's be a little more rational about who ICE is rounding up. Let's be a little more rational about our policies. We've been saying that for forever. We've been saying that about our policies for undocumented persons in this country. We've been saying that about guns, right? To have more rational policies. Now, I know it's not sexy to say we need more rational policies. I know it's that. I get it. But now you're seeing why people have been saying that all the time. It breaks my heart a little bit when you see people, especially Latinos in this country who voted for Trump, whose family members, whose friends, coworkers are being rounded up by ICE and essentially disappeared, right? Them pleading, them regretting their vote. But the man said it all. He said it. He was telling the truth the entire time. You just kept saying, "Oh, that's just Trump," and acting like he wasn't telling you exactly what he was going to do. They laid it out in a document called Project 2025, and they have held to that playbook this entire time, and they've accomplished a lot of the things that are in there. Affirmative action is gone. DEI is gone. He has the Congress. He has the Senate. He has the goddamn Supreme Court. This is not going to get better. It's going to get worse. So congratulations, jackasses. And I told y'all I was in a bad mood.
Yeah,
I told you. And I told you I was in a bad mood, partly because of jobs. And here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is part of the reason I was in a bad damn mood. Okay, go ahead and finish.
All right. So, like I said, they've been facing a lot of these companies, a lot of these farms, because it's not, like I said, it's not just farms, it's construction, it's domestic work, nursing homes, things of that nature, losing the people that are working there. Fact of the matter is, they about to mess up, and we're about to lose a lot of people in tech. Okay. And let me tell y'all something.
Oh, the South Koreans and the Hyundai plant down here in Georgia, they've already said, there was a article in the New York Times, I think today, America is not a safe place.
I thought Governor Kemp was going to South Korea to try to work out something. I thought I saw an article.
They are pleading.
Yeah.
Pleading the about face. But listen, they said we coming to get our people. And I don't know. Look, yeah, no, they and as they should be, but they literally said America is not a safe place to work. That is a quote. That was going to bring so many jobs here to Georgia.
But the administration is caught between economic necessity and migrant labor and the political peril with its core supporters, because they've been talking about kicking them out, but obviously it's affecting our labor force and companies and farms. So now they're starting to float ideas like temporary permits or touchback programs, and none of it, anything that they throw out is never really definite. But
right,
people, I was talking to somebody, and I can't remember exactly who it was. And they were just like, yeah, if they're illegal, just get out. And I was like, America started this, right? And they were like, what are you talking about? I was like, America made deals with Mexico years ago to bring in Mexican workers for their labor shortage because we were at war. People seem to forget World War II. Every able-bodied male went to go fight in the war. So who was doing the labor? Women and Mexicans. Because we had a specific program, and that program was called the Barcio program.
I never heard of it. You telling me
Yeah, it's the
something now.
Barcio program. It was a bilateral agreement that ran from 1942 to 1964, which brought over 4 million Mexican men to the U.S. to work agriculture and railroads to address the critical labor shortages during World War II. When did World War II end? 1945.
Good question.
1945. 19 years after the fact, we are still bringing it. It's an agreement that we had.
Yeah.
And you know what? A lot of those farmers was like, look, they're good. They working. They do good. They come over here. They want to work. They go back and they support the family, or they stay here. They contribute to their economy. I don't see no problem with it. It's been ingrained. So I say all that to say this. When we need it, all of a sudden we'll make concessions.
Yeah.
When we think we don't need it, or hatred has risen to a point where we say we don't need them here in this country and we deport them, then we realize, oh shit, what the hell did we just do?
Yeah.
Because it's not black jobs.
Yeah, but that's what they thought, right? That's what they thought. But here's the thing. That's like America's playbook. Like, we make deals and then we break deals. And then we demonize our allies. Like, that's what we do. And the canaries in the coal mine were black people, right? Because once we were emancipated, then you start hearing the go back to Africa, right? You brought it, Louis. Come here voluntarily.
Here's the funny thing. I saw something on TikTok or Instagram where it was an economic person, and they said this whole idea of go back to where it came from.
An economist?
Yeah. Look, I'm not firing on all cylinders today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired. Okay, so I'm doing the best I can. But an economist was talking about, all right, what if minorities did go back, right? And first of all, he was like, first of all, it'd be difficult for every African American in this country because go back to where exactly?
Yeah, there's nowhere for us to go back. We all know that we're primarily from West Africa, but we're also a lot of other things.
Right. So, but let's just say everybody, one fell swoop. Shout out Nate Bargatze. One fell swoop. We all left. This person talked about, okay, just like what's happening now, labor shortages. Hospitals are going to get closed. Crime is going to be all over the place because resources are not going to be available for the people that need them. Basically, the country collapses within 30 days. The country absolutely collapses in 30 days. People are not working the grids. All of a sudden, the grids go down. Where's the electricity? Where's the power coming from? So in the tech world, they were talking about, we got to pay, it's either $100,000 annually or $100,000 one-time fee for anybody that they bring over from another country to work for these tech jobs, right?
Yeah.
And they announced it, and it was confusing when they announced it. So a lot of people were about to go back to their other countries, and there's companies were calling them like, don't get off the plane. Get off the plane right now. Don't go. We don't know if you'll be able to get back. The idea behind this idiotic administration is that those will go to American workers, except for the fact that we're not trained to do any of that stuff. Not at all. We're behind. I found out that we don't have enough residencies for doctors. Like, we have more doctors than residencies. And you need, a doctor has to go to the residency to be trained properly. We don't have the infrastructure to train people. That's the reason why people from other companies do certain jobs, because in their countries, there's training to do those things. So you can't send everybody away and say, we're going to put Jim Bob in this position, because Jim Bob is going to need about 4 years to catch up to where they were.
Yeah, like, you gotta, and if you put a damn McMahon in charge of Department of Education, you think more money is going to be pumped into public schools for STEM programs? No. We barely have the money for the STEM programs we have now.
Oh, damn McMahon. When she was head of the Small Business Association in the first administration, first time he was president, I was like, that makes sense. Like, because she and her husband helped run and build a multi-billion-dollar company. So that makes sense because they started out literally as a small business, right? So that would make sense. What the hell does she know about education?
No,
you might as well have put me.
Her kids ain't been nowhere near a public school.
Nope, not a one. I mean, they are educated. The kids are absolutely educated. I'm not knocking their education. Basically, man, he did go to Eastern Carolina University. I think he did. I think his daddy, when he found out he had an illegitimate son, you know what? That was a dig. I didn't even have to do that. But he's a dirty, disgusting man. But as we talk about labor shortages, we told you so.
Yeah, we told you so.
We told you. So I don't want to hear
like literally any movie that like I feel like this has played out in a fictionalized version of this has played out before. Like, what if all the women left? What if all the minorities left? Like, what would happen? How would society ultimately collapse? Because it turns out we all actually need each other, and DEI is important for fostering, I don't know, innovation and that's actually important. Like, I feel like that's played out several times and it's always a disaster. So none of this feels real thought through. Like, none of this is not the brightest minds that came up with these solutions.
Yep. Well, speaking of not the brightest minds, we were all caught up in the rapture. We're going to get to that next. All right.
Okay.
Jay, a viral TikTok trend emerged in late September 2025 around the claim that the rapture, the Christian belief that true believers will be taken to heaven before the apocalypse, would occur on September 23rd and possibly September 24th. This trend originated from a prophecy by a South African speaker, Joshua Maleka, who shared a YouTube video claiming he received a revelation from Jesus that the rapture would happen on those dates, which would align with Rosh Hashanah and the Jewish New Year. Well, Rosh Hashanah is the Jewish New Year. So people were all over TikTok. Some were mocking. Some were taking it very seriously that the rapture was coming. There was some town in Africa, I think, they were all in the woods ready to get carried up to the rapture. And ladies and gentlemen, what the rapture is like, it's the end of times.
Yeah.
It's various versions of what the rapture is, but the second coming, the Antichrist, no, the second coming, no, the Antichrist.
Yeah.
It's going to be here.
It's both.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming back.
The dead souls rise up to heavens first, and then all of Jesus's true believers rise up while everybody else is left here to rot on hell on earth. Right. And a lot of, especially evangelical Christians, because this is more prevalent of a belief here in the U.S. And I'm not going to get started again on U.S. Christianity, which I think is, let's just move on. But anyway,
right.
Evangelicals believe this. So they are often like, there were some people that were giving their last like little messages and praying to Jesus that, hey, just leave this TikTok page available for those that are left here on earth, because I don't think my Uncle Ray and my brother Joe gonna make it to heaven in the rapture. And I always find this funny, because why do people think that they're automatically gonna get to heaven? There's so many people that I go to church and praise the Lord every day. And there's one particular person, I'm like, why do you think you're going to heaven? Because I go to church every Sunday and I give, I follow Jesus' teachings. I was like, we have a lot of conversations. I don't think you follow a lot of Jesus' teachings, but please give me some examples of how you follow Jesus' teachings. Well, I give money to the nuns all the time. Well, the nuns took a vow before God. It's basically poverty. Nuns and priests kind of do that thing. So that's great that you give money to the nuns. God bless you. You can't buy your way into heaven. Do you give money to the poor? Because they're specifically taking a life of, what's the word? When you take a life of being poor?
Poverty.
Yeah, but that's
poverty.
A vow of poverty. Okay, that's the expression. They specifically took a vow of poverty to service the Lord. Now, there are people out here that didn't take that vow of poverty, that are living in poverty, that could use some help. So don't you think you would be better suited to donate the money that you were going to be donating to those people in need, kind of like what Jesus' teachings are, as opposed to you giving it to the nuns, trying to buy your way into heaven? And that's your first example of how I'm going to get to, that's the reason why I'm going to heaven, because I'm a good Christian. I give money to the nuns. I just find the hypocrisy of Christians. Some Christians, not all, some. They're just like, you're going to need to straighten your life up in order to get to heaven. You need to straighten your life up in order to get to heaven. You ain't guaranteed a slot.
Yeah. Also, guys, hey, it appears in the Bible a couple times, but if you want to see the exact reference, it's Matthew 24:36, where Jesus says, "No man knows the day or the hour." What he is talking about is that only God knows when he will return, not the angels, not even himself. So how is the Lord going to tell you when he's coming back, where even he said, nobody knows the day or the hour? Y'all, it's gonna be a surprise, y'all. I'm sorry. It's gonna be a surprise. And I feel like that's kind of the point, because you don't get to get ready for it. You either got your house in order or you don't. You don't get to get ready for it. You don't get to get ready to meet your maker. You either ready or you ain't. Okay, a lot of y'all ain't ready. Okay,
so I'm not throwing stones, because if it happened yesterday, when we're recording this on the 24th, or if it happens later tonight, because they said the 23rd or 24th, because Rosh Hashanah was yesterday and today. Okay. I ain't gonna make it. Look, I know it.
I think you will.
I don't know. I was sinning just this morning. I was sinning and hadn't quite asked for forgiveness.
We all literally are. Like, that's kind of the point, that we all are. We all are sinning. And the point is not to get too religious, but
no, get religious. Let the people know. I'm
just telling you that the teachings of Jesus and Christianity is the Jesus died because we sin and for our sins, so that we could be forgiven. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to sin. We are definitely going to do it. It's my opinion. This is just my opinion, y'all. This is not like I'm saying this is fact or anything. It's my opinion that Adam and Eve was an experiment to see, maybe if I give them everything, perfect harmony, perfect peace, perfect everything, and just give them one rule: don't touch this tree that I put in the middle of this garden with delicious apples in it. Let's see if maybe it's because humans, they're not living a perfect life. Let's give them a paradise and see if they'll sin. We did it immediately. So
was it immediate?
It wasn't. It didn't take that long, I don't think. I don't think it took that long. Okay. And so, okay, well, that experiment was a failure. So it is in our nature to sin. We're going to do it. You do it without even realizing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that I don't. Yeah, guys, this is going to be a surprise. It's going to be a surprise. So, like, I don't. And I don't know, the world might have nuclear war before it even happens. So who even knows?
That might be the rapture. Doom,
Yeah, that might be it.
But I'm caught up in the rapture. I keep singing Anita Baker's "Caught Up in the Rapture" in my head, but
Because this is ridiculous.
it was ridiculous, and I saw it trending, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And of
Yeah.
course, there's people that took it seriously and got their bunkers ready for certain family members that they said wasn't going to make it. Also, hate to be the bearer of bad news for a lot of people in this country that did not realize this to be the case. Part of the reason that the United States is so supportive of Israel is because evangelical Christians believe, because of the rapture, that it's going to happen on Israel's land. And so that's the only reason why they want to protect that land. It's not for to make sure the Jewish people have a state. That's not what it is, because they want to make sure that land is protected so that they can get there and get caught up in the rapture.
If that's the that you ain't going.
Well, that's I've seen that in many articles and many documents. A lot of American evangelical Christians make that trip to Israel, and they go on. This is going to be the land of the battlefield. They have movies made about this where it's like this huge, epic battlefield of the rapture, and everybody's called up. Yep, that's the reason why they support Israel. It is not to support Jewish people to have a Jewish state. It is for their own benefit.
And so if you don't have that kind of I'm trying to think of the right word, but like if you don't come at it in good faith,
right?
Like you believe the Jewish people should have a Jewish state. Like if you're not coming at it in good faith, if you're coming at it in bad faith, that you already lost.
But they don't believe that because they go to church every Sunday and they believe that they're good Christians.
And the bunkers and all of the stuff. Listen, guys, this is not Mad Max. If you've ever read what the apocalypse is going to look like and going to be like, there ain't a bunker in the world.
It ain't the movie This Is the End. Remember the movie This Is the End? It ain't that.
Even that, right? A bunch of people just got swallowed up into the ground. So if you think your underground bunker is going to save you, it's not. Like, the beginning of that movie was a bunch of people being swallowed up into the ground. So like you're like if you think a crossbow and a bunker, it's gonna help you, and a lifetime supply of beans is gonna get you through it. It's not. It's supposed to be the end of the world. The end of it. You what. We're not gonna survive that.
If my life is being trapped in a bunker with only beans, with the way my stomach worked, go ahead and take me out, because that ain't an existence I want to live in.
Go ahead and let me go. Go ahead and let me go.
Go ahead and let me go.
It's gonna be funky as hell in that bunker. And the ventilation ain't great. There's obviously ventilation because we suffocate, but it ain't great.
It ain't great. It ain't great.
It ain't great.
Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not laughing at your belief.
No.
But we are. No, we're not laughing. No. We're not laughing at your belief.
I'm not laughing at people who believe in a higher power and who govern themselves with dignity and respect for their human fellow man, right? We're not laughing at that. Belief or religious principles that you live by that make you not a dick. Obviously, I support that.
I feel like you can't be talking about faith and religion and then use the word dick. I feel like it's a
medical term.
No, it is not.
Well,
no, it is not. What are you talking about?
I don't think it's slang, is it?
think it's-
I don't
I
want
think
to.
it-
I can't Google it because
Yeah, oh,
who
good
knows
job.
what'll pop up. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I don't know. Somebody will tell us in the comments.
The medical term is penis.
Oh, well, whatever. Like if but like anything,
Oh.
any belief structure that makes you more compassionate and kinder and community minded, and that's never a problem. That is a plus. Okay? But when it makes you greedy and it makes you selfish and you use it to hold others down, you use it to oppress people, if you use it to demonize people who are different from you, that's the problem that I have. When you start saying that your belief structure tells you that I am an abomination, that's the problem that I have, because my belief structure tells me that we are all God's children and that we are all special. We all have purpose and we all are supposed to be here. That's what it tells me. It also tells me I'm not allowed to judge another while I live in a glass house, just around here throwing stones. Pot black.
Did they have
calling
glass?
kettles.
Did they have glass houses back in the day? I don't think they had glass houses.
The saying is you shouldn't be a glass house throwing stones.
Yeah,
right.
I know what the saying is, but people didn't have glass houses.
I mean, you got nobody. I don't know anybody has a glass house.
Well, no,
I feel like that's not a good idea.
Well, there's a lot of glass around it. A lot of these beach houses got glass, windows hitting, ceiling to floor windows.
But I mean, I guess you could call a greenhouse a glass house. A lot of greenhouses are glass. I don't know. Listen, that's not the point. The point is anything that makes you a better human to other humans is never a problem.
Yeah.
Anything that makes you think that you're in some way superior to other humans is a problem.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
And that's no belief structure that I believe in.
Praise the Lord. Normally, I would ask you if you got anything to say, but I think you said it.
I ain't got nothing else. I'm still in a bad mood.
Yeah, that's all right, but you came with it. Fire and thunder. We came in here like fire and can't speak right. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for watching. And until next time, as always, I'll holla. Woo! That was a hell of a show. Thank you for rocking with us here on Unsolicited Perspectives with Bruce Anthony. Now, before you go, don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, comment, and share our podcast wherever you're listening or watching it to it. Pass it along to your friends. If you enjoy it, that means the people that you rock will enjoy it also. So share the wealth, share the knowledge, share the noise. And for all those people that say, well, I don't have a YouTube. If you have a Gmail account, you have a YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can actually watch our video podcast and YouTube exclusive content. But the real party is on our Patreon page, After Hours Uncensored and Talking Straight-ish. After Hours Uncensored is another show with my sister. And once again, the key word there is uncensored. Those are exclusively on our Patreon page. Jump onto our website at unsolicitedperspectives.com for all things us. That's where you can get all of our audio, video, our blogs, and even buy our merch. And if you really feel generous and want to help us out, you can donate on our donations page. Donations go strictly to improving our software and hardware so we can keep giving you guys good content that you can clearly listen to and that you can clearly see. So any donation would be appreciative. Most importantly, I want to say thank you for listening and watching and supporting us. And I'll catch you next time. Audi 5000. Peace.